Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. This week we tried 5 new recipes and I'm super excited to share them with you. Hopefully they give you some menu inspiration. If they do, let me know in the comments down below and let's get started. First up, I made Philly cheesesteaks, and for this recipe you are going to need some fajita seasoning. You can of course just use a pack of fajita seasoning, but I've really been enjoying making my own seasoning blends, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm going to give that a good stir and then set it aside. For the cheesesteaks, I'm going to slice up 2 poblano peppers, as well as 2 red, 2 yellow, and 2 orange bell peppers. You could of course use any color bell peppers you would like. And I'm going to also slice up 1 large onion and about 2 to 3 pounds of thinly sliced steak.
Feel that this is your beginning. Will colors fade, but it's okay. There is good in changes. Go run away, get it out of your system. Come back when you're older. Go find a place where you can't be the victim. And come back when you're older. Go catch the storm within your broken bones, and be wild, wild, wild.
Once everything is thinly sliced, I'm going to heat up a couple tablespoons of olive oil in my pan, and then I'm going to cook my steak in batches, sprinkling 1 to 2 tablespoons of the fajita seasoning over each batch. Once my steak is done, I'm going to cook my onions and peppers. I'm going to also sprinkle them with 1 to 2 tablespoons of that fajita seasoning, and then cook them until they are nice and soft. When everything is done, I put it on a hoagie roll and topped it with some provolone cheese and put it under the broiler, and we all really love this recipe. Next, I'm going to make firecracker salmon. So first I'm going to start by preheating my oven to 375 and then slicing up 5 to 6 limes.
Floating somewhere up in the clouds. Going out of ourselves, can we feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now, trip. Oh, flick that switch, kill the lights.
Next, I'm going to make a glaze for the salmon. So to my bowl, I have 2 sticks of melted butter. I'm adding in 6 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce, 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, the juice of 1 lime, 4 cloves of garlic, and 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I'm going to give all that a whisk, and then we are going to pour it over top of our salmon that we have placed on 2 pieces of lime. After I get my salmon topped with the glaze, I'm going to cover it with foil and then bake in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. To go with the salmon, I made some rice pilaf, and for my rice pilaf, I like to add 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of shortening and melt that in a pan, and then add 1 cup of orzo and toast it until it gets nice and brown, and then add in 2 cups of rice and 6 cups of chicken broth. I also like to add in a frozen bag of peas and carrots. I bring everything to a boil and then I cover with a lid and simmer for 20 minutes, and it is perfect every time. This is the first time any of us had ever had salmon, and of course the first time I had ever cooked salmon. We all really loved it, surprisingly, because we had our doubts, but we all liked it. The only difference I would do next time is I would use the juice of half a lime instead of a whole lime. Next, I'm going to make chili and brown sugar pork chops. So to this dish, I'm going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 teaspoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic. I'm going to give everything a good mix, and then I'm going to reserve half a cup of this mixture into a separate dish. Next, in a separate dish, I'm going to crack 4 eggs and then give them a quick whisk. Then I'm going to pass my pork chops through my eggs and then through the flour mixture, and then let them rest on a plate while my oil is heating up on the stove. Once my oil is heated up, I'm going to cook my pork chops about 5 minutes on each side. Then I'm going to transfer them to a broiler pan, or you could use a cookie sheet with a wire rack. And I'm going to bake them at 375 until they are cooked through. Using that flour mixture that we reserved and about 1/4 of the oil that we cooked the pork chops in, I'm going to make a gravy. So I'm going to make a roux with the flour and oil, and then add in about 4 cups of milk and then whisk until smooth. This was hands down everyone's favorite meal of the week. Next, I'm going to make a cheesy jalapeno tuna casserole. So to my pot, I have 1 pound of corkscrew pasta that I have cooked and drained. And I'm also adding in 3 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 3 cans of tuna that I have drained, 1.5 cups of milk, 1/4 cup of jalapeno peppers, 3 cups of shredded cheese, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. After I get everything stirred to combine, I'm going to put it all in a 9x13 casserole dish that I've sprayed with nonstick spray. Then I'm going to cover it with one 8-ounce bag of kettle cooked jalapeno chips that I've crushed and combined with 1.5 cups of shredded cheese, but I'm leaving one little section without the chips for our daughter because she did not like them. Then I'm going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for 50 minutes. We all really love this casserole. It was a fun twist on a traditional tuna casserole. Next, I made Marry Me chicken, so to my cast iron skillet, I'm going to sear my boneless, skinless chicken thighs for about 4 to 5 minutes per side, and then transfer them to a plate. For the sauce for the chicken, I'm going to add in 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of thyme, 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper flakes, 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of chopped sun-dried tomatoes, and half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to whisk everything together and then add my chicken back to my pan, and then bake it at 375 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches heels. I'm not pretending I'm born like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care. I don't really care.
This was another great recipe. We all really loved it, and I think that you could do it with any type of chicken, chicken drumsticks, chicken breast, or chicken thighs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you found some menu inspiration. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.